A gate is opened and some men on horses go through an icy tunnel into a snowy wasteland with a great large wall behind them. In the forest, one of the men hears some whispers. Upon investigating, he finds bodies cut up into pieces. He flees and we see a symbol formed. The man in charge blames the wildlings living out there. He wants to investigate the cause, but the others don't want to. When they return to the same place, the bodies are gone. One of them goes back to look elsewhere. As the men look around, a tall, dark figure appears and cuts the man in charge. The other man sees one of the dead alive staring at him. Both of the living men run and are chased. When they see each other, one of them is beheaded. The head is then thrown towards the man. We then see the same man being chased and a horse rider arrives at Winterfell. A man brings news to the warden, who's Ned Stark. They've captured a deserter from the Night Watch. The deserter tells Eddard that he saw White Walkers, but due to deserting, the man's executed. Afterwards, when his son asks about Night Walkers, he says that the White Walkers have been gone for thousands of years. When the men return, they find a dead deer. They also find a dead dire wolf with pups. Jon says that there are 5 pups, one each for the Stark family. As they leave, he finds one more. One of them says, "That one's your Snow." In King's Landing, the capital of the 7 kingdoms, we see a funeral of the Hand of the King, Jon Arryn. Jaime Lannister and his sister Cersei Lannister discuss something unknown whether Jon Arryn knew or not. The warden's wife, Catelyn Stark, brings news that the Hand of the King died of fever. Eddard's upset as the man was like a father to him. She then also tells him that the king and queen are coming down to Winterfell. Eddard's son Brandon then sees a large convoy coming, and as he goes down from the wall, his mother is not happy about him climbing. The whole Stark family then lines up to receive the king. The King Robert Baratheon greets them alongside the queen Cersei Lannister. The king then calls Eddard Ned and tells him that he wants to pay his respects to Ned's deceased sister. He also says that Jon Arryn suddenly died and wants Ned to be the new Hand of the King. He also wants his son to marry Ned's daughter. Robert loved Ned's sister and says he kills the Targaryen every night in his dreams. When Ned says the Targaryens are gone, he says not all of them. We then see a young girl, Daenerys Targaryen, in Pentos. Her brother Viserys Targaryen is betrothing her. We then see the Dothraki men arrive. She's to be married to the warrior chief Thane, Khal Drogo. Viserys intends to build relations with the Dothrakis and take back his father's throne from the Baratheons. Daenerys doesn't want to marry Khal Drogo, but she has no choice. Ned's daughter Sansa is looking forward to marrying the king's son, Joffrey Baratheon. Everyone's feasting, but Jon Snow's training outside. Benjen Stark, who's Ned's brother, then arrives and asks Jon why he isn't feasting. He says that Lady Stark didn't allow him since he's Ned's bastard son, but Jon wants to join him at the wall with the Night Watch. He's then approached by Tyrion Lannister, brother of Cersei and Jaime, who says he's interested in the wall. Ned then talks to Benjen about the man who claimed to have seen walkers. Ned's not keen on going to King's Landing and neither does Catelyn want it. Catelyn then receives a letter from a sister. She suddenly burns it and says that her sister fled to the capital. Her husband, Jon Arryn, was murdered by the Lannisters and the king is in danger. Maester Luwin says that if the Lannisters are conspiring to take the throne, then he must protect the king as he has traveled for a month because Ned's the only one he trusts. We then see the Dothraki wedding. A man called Jorah Mormont brings gifts to the new Khaleesi. We then also see dragon eggs that are presented to Daenerys. They're old and have turned to stone. Khal Drogo then leaves to a private area with Daenerys and she's undressed. The king thanks Ned for accepting the offer. He's the only loyal friend he has left. Brandon then climbs the wall again, but he suddenly sees Jaime being intimate with Cersei. When they see him, Jaime grabs him and then decides to push the boy from the wall.